Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Eco Insider TV. These days, sustainability is more than just a buzzword, it's a way of life for people across the globe. According to the EPA, that's the United States Environmental Protection Agency, sustainability is based on a simple principle: everything that we need for survival and well being depends directly or indirectly on being in harmony with the environment. To pursue sustainability is to create and maintain conditions under which humans and nature can coexist and support the present and future generations. People around the world are just doing their best. They're trying to live eco focused in their life and in their business. And this series shines a light on that when it comes to events. And businesses, especially event planning, have a big opportunity of being impactful in reducing the amount of waste at events. I know I've heard statistics like events are really big at, I guess, their CO2 footprint, and it averages about 4 pounds of waste per guest per day. So if you have a 3 or a 5 day event, it's each person times 4 times 5. That's the amount of pounds. And then for the whole event, they give you the amount of waste and its impact on the environment in tons and in metric tons of CO2 and the amount of waste generated. It's insurmountable sometimes, depending on, like, I went to a convention the other day. I I know it's like a good 3.5 days of events, and it was over 1,000 people, and it was from like 8 until 5. So that's a lot of people, a lot of hours, a lot of waste. So this series is going to support you in being mindful of the waste and what you can do when you're creating your event so that you don't make a big negative impact on the environment. My name is Melody Dixon, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, curators of eco-focused events. I support clients who are steeped in all things sustainability. It's in their home life, it's in their business, it's in their events. I align with that, and that's how they connect with me. I also support clients who have no idea about sustainability. They're just aware that their costs for certain things are going up: of paper, water, energy, and waste of food at events, and they want to minimize that. So they're tracking, how can I reduce the amount of food waste at my event? How can I reduce the amount of plastic bottles and paper waste at my event? And so they connect with me because I'm aligned with that. And I show them how to take eco focused tiny steps that over time, when compounded, make a big positive impact on the environment. Now, what is sustainability? Sustainability is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. I like to say that, God is big and expansive and creates all these beautiful things. Have you ever seen an ombre sunset? Just gorgeous in the desert, all the different colors. You can almost see like a line across the horizon with the different shades. That's intention, that's beauty. And we too, by virtue of coming from God, are creative and expansive. We can design things, start businesses, invent things, but we get to do so intentionally so that the resources that we use to be that way, we can have it for the rest of our lives, our kids' lives, our grandkids' lives, and people 10 generations deep. Now, there are 3 pillars to sustainability. The first one is the environment. We get to reduce, reuse, and recycle. I like to squeeze in a fourth and call that upcycle, where you take things that would normally go into the landfill as junk and transform it into a product or art or something that gets a whole new life cycle and delays its inevitable journey to the landfill. We also get to take care of our economics. If it's sustainable and eco-focused, it also gets to make you money or save you money. So the real baby J 389, thanks for joining us, beautiful. We're talking about how to plan an eco-focused event, and we're going through the three pillars of sustainability. So we just talked about the environment, where we get to reduce, reuse, and recycle. The economics of it, if it's eco-focused and sustainable, it also gets to make you money or save you money. Save you money, like if you buy energy saving equipment in your house, like a refrigerator, microwave, all the things. Yes, you're going to spend the money to go to the hardware store and take the time to choose the right one and then pay for it, then drive back home, then wait till delivery and take the time to watch the installers install. But once that's done, over time, you'll see the reduction in your energy bill. And that's money that you can invest in your business, in your wellness, in your kids, in your hobby, or just have fun, But it also gets to make you money. Social responsibility is the third pillar, and that's where we get to take care of ourselves. We get to love our neighbors as ourselves and take care of our mental health, take care of each other, the homeless, give them a place to live, food to eat, women who are being abused, get them shelter, food, clothing, safety, all the things. That's what social responsibility is about. And we are our brother's keepers. So we get to be involved in that, whether it's donating or creating something or volunteering. The possibilities are endless. And I'm not connected to how it's done as long as people just give and love our neighbors. It's such good karma. It feels so good. And we're helping the environment as well. All right, so we are going to talk about how to plan an eco-focused event. Now, when you think of sustainability, sometimes people know it has something to do with the environment, but can't really connect it to events. And as I was saying earlier, events make a huge negative impact on the environment by the amount of waste that it produces. And I've seen statistics that say it's an average of 4 pounds of waste per person. So if you have a multi-day event, if you have thousands of people at your event, that's a lot of waste. So this new series, starting today, I'm going to show you little ways you can be eco-focused in your event. And it's going to be almost cumulative in its effect. So I'm starting in order. So step number one is to make a commitment to sustainability. Making a commitment simply means that you have thought about the impact you're making on the environment, the impact your events are making on the environment, and you've investigated some ways on the dangers and the pitfalls and the damage that events do, the amount of plastic waste, the amount of paper waste, gosh, the amount of money wasting. Sometimes organizations just have events because they have it every year without thinking, what's the return on investment? What is the purpose for the event? What is the kind of what problem is this event solving? What experience is it giving? They're just, we have it every year, so let's just have it. That is such a waste of not only money, but time and energy, and it's just not worth it. So we're going to talk about all of that. Once you figure out where the bleeding is, you get to stop it by deciding, my next house party, how am I going to be sustainable? I have lots of plastic cups normally at my house parties. Then maybe I'm going to reduce that or remove that. Maybe I have plastic tablecloths at the backyard barbecue. Maybe I'm just not going to have tablecloths, or I'm going to have cloth fabric so that I can wash it and reuse it. There's so many ways, but the initial thing you need to do is to make a commitment. You're tired of seeing the waste. You're tired of adding plastic to the landfill that isn't biodegradable. You're tired of wasting energy and you want to make a change. And so that's your why. Once you figure out your why, you commit to it. The next event you do, whether it's a simple backyard event or you're doing a big conference, commit to being sustainable. That's number one. That means discussing what sustainability looks like in the planning stages of your event. For me, the onset of talking to a client about their event, I say I am an eco-focused event planner. That means no plastic bottles, minimal to no paper, because sometimes they like to have the little menu cards that you stick in the napkin that's on the charger plate. Completely unnecessary. You can have maybe one at the table in a picture frame, or you can have a digital stand that is changeable and almost looks like a little sign. There's so many options, or you can have just one placed somewhere around the room so people can have access to it, but they're not having all these papers in the spots because they all go to the trash at the end of the event. A couple people may take the menu cards with them just to savor the memory of the event or as a keepsake, but really and truly, sometimes it's plain to see that it's chicken. And when the server comes around, you can ask, you know, what kind of chicken, so on and so forth. Or if it's a buffet, you'll have a little sign. So there's really not a lot of need for the menu card. So you talk about the initial stages, what elements you're going to remove or keep so that you can be eco-focused. So step one is to make a commitment, and the commitment starts with conversation in the planning stages. Step two is discuss offset options. When clients have events, sometimes in their mind, they're so connected and tied to a particular thing. They want to see that element in their event. And if they don't see it and they don't feel like they're having the event that they wanted. An example is balloons. People associate balloons with celebration. And, rightly so. It's brightly colored, it's floating in the sky, if it's on a string, or if you have the balloon garlands, they look lovely on the arch or the backdrop. And I get it. But also, balloon is made from latex, the majority. Yes, they do have some biodegradable balloons, but no one has ever really seen them get biodegradable down to nothing. And, they act as a regular balloon. So I would say all balloons are harmful for the environment. Are there options that you can think of that are a good replacement? Absolutely. One replacement I have used for a client in the past is the paper lantern. They're like a big ball and they have a metal wire in the center. You can arrange them on a backdrop to look like balloons. They have so many different sizes, just the way that the balloon garland has a really, really big balloon and then the small ones in between, and it looks like an organic garland. It's, going in different directions. You can totally do that with those paper lanterns. You just need glue dots or double-sided tape, and you put it all together. And at the end of the event, it goes in the trash. It's paper, or if you separate it carefully, you can reuse it for another event. But that's a better option than using the latex balloons, because when you pop them, it's messy and it flies everywhere, especially if there's confetti. Kids can get the little pieces of balloon, little kids, and they choke. Same thing with birds, same thing with animals, especially if you have balloons at the beach, it goes in the water. A fish can't discern like a white or pearl kind of balloon. They can't discern that it's not a jellyfish. And so they go after it. They eat it, choke, and die. It's just harmful. and it really doesn't break down. What it does, it gets kind of hard and crispy. When I do beach cleanups, I see balloons, and when you pick them up, sometimes they crumble because they've been in the sand for so long, exposed to salt water and the air, and it just gets hard and crispy, and it breaks down even finer, and it hurts the environment. So what is an offset? With that damage in place, if you must have balloons, then an offset could be donating to an organization that plants trees or creates windmill, or there are entrepreneurs who are creating, gosh, there's this lady I met the other day who makes plates, like dinner plates, salad plates, dessert, cups, forks, from banana leaves. So the skin of the banana leaves, not the banana peel itself, but the bark of the tree, the branches, they shred that down and do their process with it, and they make these plates. There's people who are making leather from banana skin, banana tree trunk as well. There's They're making plastic from plants, and it's food grade plastic. It's biodegradable. It's made from plants, and it looks and mimics almost like a saran wrap kind of thing. So they need investments. They need monies to get their projects off the ground or tested or to market, whatever it is. And offset would be balancing out you having a balloon at your event and contributing to something, an effort that goes to positively impact the environment. Another way to offset is for your event, if people are flying in from out of town, there are sustainable travel companies that will support you with offset for flying, or give you the shortest route, or eco-focused cars. There's so many ways that they lump all this together so that your whole trip with them is sustainable and has a minimal negative impact on the environment. Number 3, and this one is easier said than done, it's honor your word with the offset. If you've decided to have the balloons at your event, and then you've discussed the planning process of donating to the homeless or donating to a company that does things with plants that support the environment, then do that. Don't just say you're going to do it and do the party with the plastic cups and the balloons and everything, and then move on with your life and not honor your word. So number 3 is honor your word. Now, it's not easy if you're planning your event, planning your wedding, planning your conference, to also focus on all the elements that need to be that get to be sustainable for your event. That's where I come in. My name is Melody Dixon, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, curators of eco-focused events. I can support you with doing all the research and the grunt work of making your event sustainable. It's not hard to do, but you also have to have the knowledge and the passion for it, because it can be time consuming with finding out offset options and what would work for your event and what would be comparable. Now, to get information on the services, I have a link in the bio for Instagram, the link in the description of this live for YouTube. It goes to my website, myproeventplanners.com. Click on the link. It takes you to our website. Click on the packages. It takes you to the Pro Event package. This is my hashtag hire it done for you. We talk about your wedding, we talk about your baby shower, your conference, what you want to see, how you want the people to feel, what kind of food you want, and how much money you have to spend to make this happen. I mix in some eco-focusedness in it, and we kind of take what you want, we elevate that with our experience and our really just wonderful assortment of creative vendors that offer just so many things that take your events from here to like here. And you will absolutely love it. So that's my hashtag hire it done for your package. Click the links, learn more. If you have questions, my email address is info@myproeventplanners.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you tomorrow when we come up with another tip you can use to plan an eco-focused event. All right. Thank you for joining and take care.